guys, it's Ashley from Ashley's Got Book Excitement, and I am here with books that I got in April, an April book haul. That's what this is. Again, most of them are from the library, which should be no surprise to really any of you, since you all should know about my severe library addiction. Yes, so it's gonna be awesome. I did end up buying 3 books. I bought them all on the same day. So I'll show you the ones I bought first. The first book that I got was Wreckage by Emily Bleeker. This one drew me in by the cover. I thought the cover was really cool. And then I read the synopsis, and it says they were thrown together by tragedy, but now the truth is tearing them apart. So what this is about, it's about these 2 people, Lillian and Dave, and they were in a plane crash, and they ended up on a deserted island in the South Pacific, and they've been missing for almost 2 years, but they are rescued and thrust into the spotlight, but they can't tell the real story of their survival or whatever on the island, so they have to lie. I have been watching a lot of Lost recently. I didn't ever catch Lost when it was on TV, but now that Netflix is in my life, I've been watching tons of Lost, so don't spoil it for me because I don't know how Lost ends. I know, crazy. But anyway, I've been watching a lot of Lost, and I heard deserted island, survivors, and lying, and I thought, this sounds like Lost. Now, it's probably not anything like Lost, but still, it sounded good, so I picked it up. And the next 2 books I got are both part of the same series. I also bought these. So I got The Wicked Will Rise by Daniel Page and Dorothy Must Die Stories. So this is the sequel to Dorothy Must Die, and then this is a collection of the novellas or the stories. I always love it when they have book forms of novellas. I am much more likely to buy novellas in that case than I ever would with an ebook. I don't think I've ever bought an ebook novella. Now, I have gotten them when they were for free, but I never bought one. So yeah, I got these 2. I still haven't read Dorothy Must Die, but I will. And these covers are really colorful and just kind of fun. Okay, so now on to the library books. The Sin Eater's Daughter by Melinda Salisbury. I'm actually reading this one right now. I'm on chapter 9. I love the chapter headings. They are like so cool. And what this one is about, it's kind of weird. It's classified as fantasy, and it's pretty much about this girl. She was the Sin Eater's daughter, but the queen comes and takes her and announces that she is the embodiment of Dawnin. I don't know how to say words. Every month she has to go for a telling, and a telling is that they cut her arm, they put some of her blood, and they mix it with poison, and she drinks the poison. And because she is in the god's favor, the poison doesn't kill her. But now the poison resides in her skin, so she is able to execute people with a single touch. It's really interesting so far. It's a little slow going because this world is just so crazy, but I'm enjoying this one. In the back it says, I am the perfect weapon, I kill with a single touch. Very interesting. And then the next one that I got, A Cold Legacy by Megan Shepherd. This is the final book in the Madman's Daughter trilogy, and I love that trilogy, so I'm very excited to see what happens in this one. I believe this one is inspired by Frankenstein, so it's going to be fun. Splintered by A.J. Howard. I had heard a lot of cool things about this book, and I wanted to check it out. It's gorgeous. And I know it's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland kind of thing, except this girl is supposed to be descended from Alice in Wonderland, and she thinks that madness runs in her family or something, but then she finds out that perhaps she's not mad, and perhaps Carol's stories aren't as whimsical as they first seem. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. It's very pretty. The font is purple. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Then I got some graphic novels from my library because I have been loving graphic novels recently. They are very quick to read, quick to add to your wrap-ups and everything. They're just fun to read. So I decided to try out a bunch, and then I got 2 continuations to series that I've already been reading. So first one I checked out was Why the Last Man. This is by Brian K. Vaughan, Pia Guerrera and Jose Marzan Jr. I've heard people talk about this one. It's supposed to be a plague comes and kills every man on Earth except this guy and his pet monkey, who's also a male. And yeah, I've heard good things about this book, so I decided to check it out. And it really feels like a straight up comic, which is cool. Like it's newspapery paper almost. So I'm excited to get to that one. Then I got Chew by John Layman and Rob Gilroy. Heard good things about this one too. And this one I believe is like, it's a detective guy, and his special ability is that when he eats, he can tell exactly where things come from. So when he eats a cow, I guess he can tell all the things about the cow. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one too. I've heard good things about it. The majority of these ones I've heard good things about. And then I decided to pick up Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. This series gets a ton of hype. And I don't really know what it's about. I think it's two people that shouldn't be together are together and they have a baby and it's illegal. I don't know. But I'm excited to check this one out. And then I got Lock and Key Volume 3, Crown of Shadows by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. I've read Volume 1 and Volume 2. I have very much enjoyed it. It's a creepy, messed up series, and it's just really cool to read. So I'm excited to read this one and read more of this series. And then the last graphic-y novel, manga kind of thing that I got was Resident Evil, The Maharwa Desire, Volume 2 by Naoki Serizawa. Concept by Capcom. I read the first one a couple months ago, last month, maybe, and it was very cheesy, but I still enjoyed it. It's an extremely quick read, and it's about zombies. There's lots of gore. Maybe there'll be more mystery in this one. I don't know. See, look, the zombie's like eating somebody. So yeah. And then the last 3 books I got fairly recently. So the first one was The Imposter Bride by Nancy Rickle. I don't know how to say that last name, but this one, it was just a random find. I saw actually the audiobook version of it and I thought it sounded really good, but I'm not a person that can realistically sit and keep my mind on an audiobook, so I went for the real book, physical book. And what it's about this, it's kind of like a mail order bride thing. This girl comes over and the guy that she's supposed to marry sees her at the train station and decides he doesn't want to marry her. And his brother takes pity on her and marries her. And then one day she just disappears. And she leaves behind her husband, her newborn baby, and a diary and a large uncut diamond. And so then it goes into the future, I guess, and her daughter Lily is trying to find out what happened to her mother, and then she finds out that her mother stole someone's identity. So it sounds really interesting, and I hope it is good. And then the last 2 books are actually re-checkouts, because you can do that at the library. You can re-check out books all you want. I'm not sure if I ever showed them in a haul. I could have, but if I didn't, you're going to see them again. So the first one is The Martian by Andy Weir. I have heard such great things about this book, about this series, and I really wanted to read it for myself. And it's about this guy that gets stranded on Mars, and he thinks he's going to die on Mars. And they're making a movie of it with the guy that's in The Bourne Identity. His name escapes me right now, but yes. And then the last book in this haul is The Walking Dead, The Fall of the Governor, Part 1 by Robert Kirkman and Jay Bonasinga. I have read the first 2 books in this series. Mainly my love for The Walking Dead. I will devour anything Walking Dead related, and I just haven't gotten to the last 2 books yet. I think what kind of throws me off is that they have a Part 1 and a Part 2 to the finale. That secretly bothers me, because I'm just like, why don't you just do book 3 and book 4? Why does it have to be Part 1? It's not a movie. But, yeah. So, I guess I will get The Fall of the Governor, or at least part of it, in this book. And I think this series is okay. It's not my favorite. But as I said, Walking Dead, I will. Anything Walking Dead. So, those are all the books that I got. If you saw anything on here that you have read or would like to read or just want to talk about, please let me know, because I do like comments. They are my friend. You are my friend. And I will see you guys later. Bye!